Welcome to the Omni Dental and MedSpa podcast. Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into a topic that, well, it touches many of us, maybe more than we realize. The gummy smile.
Yeah.
You know that feeling you laugh, you smile big for a photo, and maybe there's a little voice wondering if too much gum is showing. It's actually a remarkably common aesthetic concern. And for this deep dive, we're going to really unpack it. What exactly is it? Why does it happen? And maybe most importantly, the really quite clever ways modern cosmetic dentistry can transform not just smiles, but, confidence too. Our mission today is simple. Extract the key insights from the experts at Omni Dental and MedSpa. We'll explore the causes behind gummy smiles and the comprehensive, really tailored solutions they offer. And all this great info comes directly from Omni Dental and MedSpa, a trusted name right here in Arlington Heights, Illinois. They proudly serve nearby communities too, like Buffalo Grove, Palatine, Mount Prospect, Rolling Meadows, Schaumburg, Wheeling, Des Plaines, and Elk Grove Village.
Yeah, and what's particularly interesting about this right from the get-go is that we're not just talking aesthetics. I mean, that's important, of course. But these treatments often have what I like to call dual benefits. They don't just, enhance the smile beautifully. They also provide some pretty significant support to overall oral health. It's this kind of synergy that many patients discover, and honestly, it's genuinely exciting to see that impact.
That's a really powerful point, that it's not just skin deep, so to speak. So let's get to the bottom of this. For anyone listening who's heard the term gummy smile, but isn't totally sure what it means beyond, well, the obvious, how exactly do we define it? And why does it seem to affect someone's self-perception so much?
Right. Well, at its core, a gummy smile is basically a condition where when you give a big smile, more gum tissue shows above your upper teeth than is, let's say, typically considered ideal. The technical term we use is excessive gingival display. And while it's mostly seen as an aesthetic thing, the impact on a person's confidence, it can be quite profound. You might find someone consciously trying to limit how wide they smile, or maybe even covering their mouth. They feel self-conscious about that visible gum line. So it's not just a physical trait, it becomes an emotional one too.
Oh, I can totally understand that. And something that really jumped out at me from the material we looked at is that it's rarely just one simple thing causing it. It's not like a one-size-fits-all issue, is it? What are the main culprits? It sounds like there's a kind of fascinating mix of factors.
You're spot on. It's hardly ever a single, isolated cause. And that's exactly why a really thorough assessment to pinpoint the specific factor, or maybe combination of factors, is just so critical for putting together a successful treatment plan. We generally break the causes down into four main areas. First, there's an overactive upper lip. So picture someone smiling, and the muscles that lift their upper lip are just a bit, well, overenthusiastic. They pull the lip higher than average, which then reveals more gum.
So it's not necessarily the gums themselves in that case, but more the movement, the dynamics of the lip. That's a subtle difference.
Exactly, a very important one. Then the second cause is simply having excess gum tissue. That's our excessive gingival display. This is when there's literally just too much gum tissue covering the teeth. It often makes the teeth look shorter, sometimes a bit squarer than they actually are underneath. It's a direct anatomical thing.
Right, and I can immediately see how that would make teeth seem kind of small, disproportionately small, even if they're perfectly normal sized.
Precisely. Which actually leads us right into the third contributor, small teeth. Now, this could mean the teeth are naturally smaller than average. Or, like you just said, they might look small because they're partly covered by that extra gum tissue. Another common reason is that the teeth haven't fully erupted, haven't come all the way out from the gum line, leaving a good portion still hidden.
Okay.
And finally, the fourth factor is jaw position. Sometimes it's the underlying bone structure, the way your upper jaw is positioned, that plays a big role. If the upper jawbone, for instance, is a bit overgrown or positioned too far forward, it can sort of push the gums downward, creating that gummy look. Figuring out which of these causes, or maybe which combination is at play, is absolutely essential. It directly tells us the most effective way to treat it personally for that patient.
That's a really thorough breakdown. It makes so much sense why it's not straightforward. So this brings us to the big question I know many listeners will have. Can cosmetic dentistry actually fix a gummy smile? Because it sounds like, given all these different causes, there must be a pretty diverse range of solutions, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, there are real tailored solutions for pretty much every cause. And what's truly exciting now is the spectrum of modern cosmetic dentistry options we have available. We can correct that excessive gingival display and really help patients get a more balanced, harmonious smile. Should we dive into some of the main treatments?
Please do. Let's hear about them.
Okay. First up, there's gum contouring, which is also known as a gingivectomy. This is a remarkably precise procedure. The dentist gently removes just the right amount of excess gum tissue.
So it's almost like sculpting, carefully revealing more of the natural tooth that's already there.
Exactly like sculpting. That's a great way to put it. The impact is, well, immediate and often quite significant. It makes the teeth look longer, much more proportionate. But also remember those dual benefits we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Removing that excess gum tissue also gets rid of potential hiding spots for plaque and bacteria. So it significantly improves oral hygiene, often leading to healthier gums overall.
That's fantastic. A definite win-win there. Okay, what if the issue isn't just the gum tissue, but it's more about how the teeth are lined up or the jaw?
Great question. That takes us to orthodontic treatment. This is often the go-to when jaw alignment issues, or maybe the position of the teeth themselves, are contributing factors. We use solutions like, traditional braces or increasingly popular clear aligners. Think Invisalign, which, by the way, OmniDental offers. These treatments work to adjust the bite and carefully reposition the teeth. And by doing that, they effectively reduce how much gum shows. It's a structural fix for a structural issue.
Right, so you're not just moving teeth around, you're subtly changing the whole, architecture of the smile.
Fascinating. And what about that overactive lip we mentioned earlier? Is there something for that too?
Yes, definitely. For that specific situation, we have what are called lip or muscle treatments. These are specialized, usually non-surgical approaches. They work to gently limit how high the upper lip actually travels when someone smiles. It's a very targeted treatment, and it can dramatically improve the smile's balance without any surgery on the gums themselves. So it's an excellent option for certain patients.
Wow, that's really innovative. It's like a subtle retraining for the smile muscles almost.
Okay, and then finally, what if someone wants to maybe enhance the teeth themselves to make everything look more harmonious that way?
Ah, yes. That's where the broader cosmetic dentistry options come into play. Things like porcelain veneers, maybe dental crowns or dental bonding. These are aesthetic enhancements applied right onto the teeth. Veneers, for example, are these super thin, custom-made shells that fit over the front surface of the teeth. They can effectively make teeth look longer, refine their shape, and the result is a more harmonious smile line. The gums become less noticeable simply because the teeth now take up a more balanced proportion of the visible smile. And again, OmniDental offers comprehensive services like smile makeovers and dental bonding that really integrate these solutions beautifully.
It's really clear there are so many different paths to achieving that balanced smile, but you hinted earlier that this goes deeper than just what you see in the mirror. Beyond the visual appeal, is there a more fundamental, maybe less obvious reason why fixing a gummy smile actually matters for overall health?
That is such an important question. And the answer is a definite yes. Knowledge is great, but it's most valuable when we understand why it matters, right?
Right.
Correcting a gummy smile isn't just cosmetic enhancement. It really does profoundly support long-term oral health. Think about it. When you have that extra gum tissue, it unfortunately creates deeper little pockets around the teeth.
Okay.
And those pockets, they're prime real estate for plaque and bacteria to collect and hide. They become much harder to clean thoroughly, even with good brushing and flossing. This significantly bumps up the risk of inflammation, gum disease, what we call periodontal disease, and potentially other dental problems down the road. So choosing the right treatment isn't just about getting a smile you love to show off. It's actually a proactive step. It helps prevent these potential dental issues and maintain a healthier mouth overall.
So it's genuinely a preventative measure for long-term health. That's huge. And kind of as a bonus, patients often find this newfound confidence, right? I bet you hear stories about people feeling completely different afterwards.
Oh, absolutely. The confidence boost is almost always immediate, and it's incredibly rewarding to witness. Patients frequently share that feedback, telling us how much it's changed their daily interactions. Maybe they speak more freely, or they just genuinely embrace every laugh and smile without that little nagging thought. It really can be transformative.
Okay, so after hearing about all these amazing options, I'm sure many of you listening might be wondering about some of the practical stuff, like who can actually do these treatments? Or the big one, what about the cost? Let's maybe pivot and tackle some of those common questions.
Happy to. Yeah, a very common one we get is, can any dentist fix a gummy smile? And the answer is, well, yes. A skilled dentist, especially one with experience in cosmetic procedures, can definitely use various treatments like gum contouring or orthodontics. However, given those different, sometimes complex causes we talked about, experience and, frankly, a good eye for aesthetics are really key. You ideally want someone who understands that interplay of all those factors: the lips, the gums, the teeth, the jaw.
That makes sense. You want that expertise. And then the question that's always on people's minds, how much does it actually cost to get rid of a gummy smile? We know cost is always a big factor.
It is, and the reality is costs can vary quite a bit. It really depends entirely on the specific treatment needed and how complex it is for that individual. For instance, a fairly straightforward gum reshaping procedure, that gingivectomy we mentioned, might be on the more affordable end, whereas more extensive surgical options or maybe comprehensive orthodontic treatment that takes a year or two, those will naturally involve a higher investment. It truly is a case-by-case thing. A consultation is always the best way to get a clear, personalized estimate.
Got it. So no single price tag. It really reflects how personalized the treatment has to be. Which leads nicely to the next question. Which treatment is actually best for a gummy smile? How do you even decide?
Right, and the best solution is highly, highly dependent on the underlying cause. This is where that initial thorough assessment is just absolutely paramount. Like we discussed, if the main issue is simply too much gum tissue, that excessive gingival display, then gum contouring is often the most direct and effective route.
Okay.
But if the problem stems more from how the jaw is aligned or how the teeth came in, then orthodontics braces or clear aligners might be the more suitable long-term solution. This is precisely why that detailed exam by a cosmetic dentist is so crucial. They'll meticulously look at your unique situation, talk with you about your goals, what you want to achieve aesthetically, and then they'll recommend the most effective and appropriate options, tailored specifically for you.
All this fantastic information, these insights, these solutions, they come directly from our source today, Omni Dental and Med Spa. And we definitely want to give you a quick overview of who they are and the really comprehensive care they provide because it's quite impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. Omni Dental and Med Spa is located right in the heart of the vibrant Arlington Heights community here in Illinois. Their address is 305 E. Rand Road. The practice is led by Dr. Byles Poles, that's Polesdds. He's the founder and the lead dentist there. Dr. Poles brings over a decade of really extensive experience in general cosmetic and restorative dentistry, and he's really built his practice on a foundation where patients feel, truly heard and comfortable. He really emphasizes personalized treatment plans, and they use advanced technology too, making sure every visit is as smooth and effective as possible.
So, a really experienced professional leading the team with a clear focus on that patient-first approach.
Exactly. Their whole philosophy is about building trust and delivering expertise, making sure every patient fully understands their options and feels completely at ease. And the range of services they offer is incredibly comprehensive. Beyond all the cosmetic dentistry we've talked about today, fixing gummy smiles, Invisalign, teeth whitening, full smile makeovers, they also offer a complete array of general dentistry services, plus advanced treatments like dental implants, and they even handle emergency dental care.
Yeah.
They really cover the whole spectrum of dental needs.
And what seems to really set them apart is that med spa side of things. It suggests a truly holistic approach to, well, wellness and appearance.
It really does. The med spa services perfectly highlight their commitment to that holistic approach. They understand that a radiant smile often goes hand in hand with overall facial aesthetics. So, for example, if you're working on perfecting your smile, you might also be interested in treatments like, say, injectables, Botox, fillers, Sculptra, to maybe soften expression lines. Or perhaps advanced skin therapies like microneedling or hydrofacials for deep skin rejuvenation. They seamlessly integrate these offerings. Things like permanent makeup, body treatments like body sculpting or laser hair removal. It provides a complete range of services that cater to boosting your confidence from really every angle. It's about more than just teeth. It's a comprehensive approach to looking and feeling your absolute best.
It's clear they're really focused on both the health and the aesthetic confidence of their patients. That's great. And just as a quick reminder for everyone listening in the area, Omni Dental and Med Spa serves Arlington Heights and all those nearby communities we mentioned earlier. Buffalo Grove, Palatine, Mount Prospect, Rolling Meadows, Schaumburg, Wheeling, DePlain, and Elk Grove Village. Wow. Okay, so recapping our deep dive today. We've really explored what a gummy smile is, looked at its surprisingly diverse causes, we've delved into the range of tailored cosmetic dentistry solutions available now, and crucially, highlighted that important link between these treatments and your long-term oral health. It's quite a powerful combination of insights.
Yeah, and if we try to connect this to the bigger picture, understanding that specific cause of your gummy smile, if that's something you're concerned about, that's truly the first and most critical step. It leads you towards finding a solution that doesn't just beautifully enhance how you look, but also profoundly supports your oral well-being for the long haul. It's really about making an informed choice that benefits both your confidence and your health.
Absolutely. So if your smile shows a bit more gum than you'd ideally like, please remember there are effective, personalized treatment options out there. A cosmetic dental specialist, like the team at Omni Dental and MedSpa, can absolutely help you navigate those choices and find the solution that's just right, tailored specifically for your unique needs. And maybe leave you with this thought to ponder. Consider this: a confident smile isn't just about what other people see on the outside. It's often a profound reflection of your internal well being, how you feel, and how you carry yourself out in the world. It impacts everything from first impressions to just your daily interactions. What small change, perhaps related to your smile, could unlock a whole new level of confidence for you?